Tim. Stop. You guys have been great, by the way. 3, 2, 1. 3.
So a while ago, I read this poem, and I got the strong feedback that it needed a sequel. So I wrote the sequel. So tonight you get the poem and the sequel. So you know what a wild card is? A wild card is something that happens that like changes everything about prediction of the future. And did you ever think that you, the people in this room, the people at Rouge Lounge, could be the wild card? So that's what this is about, and about the idea that in the future, when robots can do all ordinary jobs, most of us will be on permanent vacation, but not all of us. When the wild card is you, concentration of wealth and power in Rouge Lounge poets. In the future, our lives will all be subsidized. Permanent vacationing, bouncing from thing to thing on a virtual reality PlayStation, capable of any sensation, and only the very wise will do otherwise. The jobs those few will do, you see, will certainly include performance poetry. As robots will find themselves quite entangled, their words will become completely mangled as they try to simulate an Ahmed or Liam and come off looking like canned ham without nuance in delivery and with image cacophony. So humans will take back poetry in a way heavily rewarded, you see. So it is better than a permanent holiday. And reading poems on a Tuesday at Rouge Lounge in Edmonton will be a sought-after thing to be done by society's new elite with poetry skills replete. So that then is the wild card in the future plan. Concentration of power in the Rouge Lounge poetry clan, where enormously wealthy poets will hold sway as they concoct grand plans to save the day and the human race. Wouldn't that be nice? So it kind of leaves you wondering, well, what happens next? And what would a robot poet really be like? And then there's this meeting in Puerto Rico, January 2nd to the 5th. All these important artificial intelligence guys, Elon Musk and others, met there to decide what's really going to happen. Are robots going to replace us? Or are they going to take over the world or not? So one of the people who was there is a guy from Edmonton, and his name is Rich Sutton. And believe it or not, he's an AI researcher, if you can believe it, older than me. Can you imagine that? But anyway, what he thought is we need to have empathy for these super sentient robots, and without that, we are totally lost. So I thought, why not write about how kind we will be to the first robot poet that appears on this stage. So, the first robot poet to grace the Rouge Lounge stage. The first robot poet to grace the Rouge Lounge stage will be a friend to all of us, not needing a cage, no danger if he, she is free range, without motives deranged or strange. The poetic silicon person will be our equal, whose first reading should have a sequel, with Ahmed threats of documentaries so as not to create a sense of unease. If the robot stumbles or blushes, there should be encouragement. If he, she. If their batteries need charging, we should provide that nourishment. Every gesture of friendship we provide to others freely should be given equally to the robot. Why not really? We are no more entitled than the robot he, she, and he, she deserves our finest empathy. As it is said in the end that Scrooge knew how to keep Christmas, let it be said of us that we kept robots happy and avoided the fuss. That's it.
Thank you very much, Kim. Really appreciate it.